These gentlemen will tell you that there's times when you're going to cook a chicken, you're going to roast a chicken. Well, you go down to the deli at Kroger and you pick it up and you put it on the spit. And the people come along, is that a real chicken? Yeah, that's a real chicken. That's a fire. It's cooking over that. And these are some of the things that we do, but we have a great time doing it. It's just a lot of fun.
And some things they may not want to try.
That's very true. But you'll see these big pots of stew, and they'll start a big pot of stew at 11, 12 o'clock in the morning, and put meat in it, and potatoes, and you'll have a pot of stew. Our commissary will feed 50, 60 people on a Saturday night, and that's a lot of people to feed. Feed breakfast for 40, 50 people, and you start cooking pancakes and eggs and sausage and all this stuff for 40, 50 people over an open fire. It's easy to control a fire when you're at home on an electric stove or a gas stove. You can control the fire, get the temperature just right, and cook everything even. You can't do it there, folks, I tell you. It's just always difficult. But these are some of the things that we do. But as I said just a few minutes ago, the thing that I enjoy the most about this is being able to sit, and especially tonight because I've never done this before, this is all new to me, to sit around with a bunch of people like yourselves and just chat. I started to tell you a minute ago, Gettysburg one time here 2, 3, 4 years ago, Sunday night, many people have broken down and half a dozen of them are sitting around the campfire. 3 people come wandering up through the campsite, and at that time of night not supposed to be any spectators, no spectators. And they're come walking up, and we say something to them, can we help you? Well, we're just kind of wandering, and well, you're welcome to come over and sit down. Well, they came over and sit down, and they sat there for an hour. The guy's law enforcement from Michigan, and he brought his 2 sons with him, and they're probably 12 and 14. And they sat there with us for an hour, and we just sat and chat like this, and they ask us all questions about reenacting, ask us questions about the war, and we can go in and out of character in a heartbeat. I mean, you can ask me something about Robert E. Lee right now, and I'll be Robert E. Lee. Or we can talk about Al Stone, who portrays Robert E. Lee, and we can do that too. Finally, after about an hour, he says, oh, well, I guess we better get on down the road. My wife is waiting for us out in the car. He's been there a good hour, okay? So Jeb Stewart walks him down to the car and explains to the wife, and then they bring them all up, and we say hi to the wife and make certain that she's happy with everything, and away they go. The next year he comes back, and during the day when the reenactment isn't actually happening, he comes back and he wanders through with his kids and his wife, and he says, you remember us? Well, you see so many faces, you don't really remember everybody. You try to, but you can't. He said, we're the ones that stayed up with you the other night, and we remembered him right away, and we just had a great time. But this is kind of what I thought I would just chat about tonight, and just to kind of give you an idea as to what we do and why we do it. And we have a lot of fun. It's a very expensive hobby. These gentlemen will tell you that when you buy your clothes, you buy guns are $300 a piece, so give or take a few more.
Now they're up a bit.
About 700.
Yeah, $700 a seat. It's been a long time since I bought a rifle. Generals don't. This general doesn't buy a rifle. I don't even buy sidearms because generally never carried any sidearms. They always just kept me so far to the rear. But it's a very expensive hobby when you buy the uniforms. And then, a reenactment, they don't pay you to go to reenactment. In fact, you have to pay to go to reenactment. When you go there, you pay them money to be a part of that, okay? And then when you go there, you've got to have black powder, to fire in it, and 40, 60, 80, 100 rounds, however many rounds you're going to have, depending on the number of battles that are going to take place. And all this comes out of your own pocket. In addition to the gas at $3.75 or $4 a gallon, and the clothes and everything else. But it's just a great experience. It's a lot of fun. We get some people like this. In our camp, we've got, we partner up a lot with a group called the Federal Generals Corps. General Hancock in that group came in first place in the mandolin playing contest in Florida, and a lady in our group who portrays a soldier. She's #2 banjo picker in the state of Florida, and then there's another guy who was the #1 guitar picker in the state of Florida. And so we have a big tent, and at night we sit around the campfires here, the big tents over here, and they'll sit there and they'll play like this gentleman's here, and there'll be music in the background. No cars, you're out in the middle of a field, and it's just you've got this noise, and you've got the music in the background, and you've got people sitting around fires like this, and just swapping all sorts of stories about what happened to them, at Pickett's charge earlier that day.
It just takes you away, It just puts you in another center time, and it puts me at peace of mind sometimes.